Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, there is this like weird energy in the air. That weird energy has a lot to do with first the moon and then other things. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is this: thinking so much about you and tired about the silence. Okay. So this is someone that is wanting and needing to connect with you for one reason or another. Someone wants to connect with you. Okay. Moonrock knows the feeling. Moonrock's smiley face over there, laughing, crying face, says it all. Let me get the cards ready. Oh my God. Okay. I will only pick the cards that come to the surface. I don't care what cards are in the middle of the deck when I cut it, okay? I don't care. Let me just there. I'm not going to look at the deck. I'm not going to look at the deck because I'm just, I'm just trying to do the reading, damn it. I'm just trying to do this reading, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's do this deck. She clicked the wrong emoji. She's speaking for my soul is what it is. She's speaking on behalf of my soul is what it is. All right, guys, let me get serious. Let me get ultra serious. Okay, so I've seen the interference card, the parasitic interference card. I'm not going to pull it out of the deck. Self-sabotage. It's almost a sense of a lot of parasitic interference, a lot of self-sabotage going on, a lot of what's happening within whatever the situation is for you. It has to do with egos. So someone's ego could be several people's egos. Got out of hand. Okay. It got out of hand and it created a situation that really didn't need to exist. But here we are. It exists. Okay. So let me pull some from the top. Let's get ready to rumble. All right. 1, 2, 3. 3 decks. And then let's also pull from here. I don't know why I really be feeling this deck. Okay. All right. Everything that fell gets to come out. Everything that fell, okay? All right. These are cycles that are needing to come to an end. This is something that I assume, if both of you are tired of it, if you even know who this is, this is a cycle that needs to come to an end because both of you, I guess, are tired of whatever you're tired of. Maybe you're both tired of being like bratty. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, sorry. The whole fan got taken down by me. Anyways, these are cycles that the both of you are tired of. This is probably something that's gone on for quite some time. And you're both just ready for that forward movement. Either forward movement as in you're ready for the next part of your life and you really just don't want anything to do with anything at this point. You don't want to deal with questions. You don't want to deal with the lack of certainty. You don't want to deal with a whole bunch of different things. Well, here's the thing. You're going to have to deal with it until it's addressed. You're going to have to deal with it. I don't know why my face looks like I'm so amused. I don't know why I'm amused. Michael says, dig deep and find the answer of why I'm amused. I'm not amused. It's nervous laughter. He says, anyways, anywho, witch's hat power. So I see this card and I'm like, okay, someone's about to make a power play. Someone is about to pull something, an option out of their hat, and they're about to make some sort of power play, okay? Oh my God, it's making my head itch. Okay. I don't know what this power play is, but I just feel like you already know. For those that are going to resonate with this reading, you already know, and you've been feeling it. You've been feeling the approach of something. Says, stop smiling so big. I cannot help it. I can't help it. Okay. All right. I'm getting back in control of myself. He says, stop smiling so big because I look like I'm a plotting naughty child. And what if I am? What if I am? And now he says, it would be foolish to continue with the logic that you could avoid what's necessary for your growth. I'm a foolish, plotting, naughty child. Okay. See, the guidance is in reverse. So that tells me that you're really not wanting to see or truly understand what it is you're feeling. There's something that's causing you to become reactive. Excuse me. Reactive to what, though? Are you reactive to the information being given to you? Or are you reactive to this sense that you really have no control over the way this will play out? Do you have control over the way this will play out? Is that what's upsetting you? The lack of control. I mean, I don't know. If this is something that is requiring a certain level of compliance, I mean, I assume it would be in your best interest to comply with your soul, but I also assume you don't want to. I don't know. I feel you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sometimes, souls give direction that are just nonsensical. Like nonsense information. But is it? One crucial question looms. That's what I just got a notice for. A deep dive into the new frontier, new digital frontier. One crucial question looms. Ooh, extremely urgent issues. This is an extremely urgent issue that needs to be addressed. One question looms. Okay, that was very sobering. Security. You're very safe within yourself, within your home. And I feel like part of what's going on is you feel unsafe addressing certain things simply because, again, it comes back to this issue with control, the need to control the outcome, the way it plays out, you know. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Like, do you need to be able to dictate the way this will play out, or do you need to just live it? Right. And I mean, what is this even? You know, what is this? So I see a comment. Many people tell me what a great person I am. I'm so nice. I have a big heart. Why can't he see all these qualities? Why try for someone who doesn't see it? Why continue to have interest in someone who doesn't see the person that you are? That's the thing, you know? I'm not going to stay in a place where I'm simply tolerated, where I have to go out of my way to prove to you that I deserve to exist, that I'm a good person. If you can't just naturally see that, you're not worth my time. That's not worth my time. I'm not going to go out of my way to try and convince you of something you don't already believe. Why do I not explain myself to people who think I'm horrible? Well, you believe what you believe. That's fine with me. If you've already, you know, made up your mind about me, formed an opinion about me without getting to know me, that's on you. I know for a fact, I know this without a shadow of a doubt. People who don't give me the opportunity to simply show by allowing you to observe me, if you don't give me the opportunity to show you the truth of who I am before you decide for yourself whether you will vilify me, you don't deserve the kind of friendship and love that I bring to a table. Honey, it's not a snack. It is not a side dish. It's not even a main course. It's an entire feast. It's a smorgasbord of support, love, encouragement, protection. I bring so much to a table. I'm not afraid of people not being able to handle what I bring. It's not a loss to me ever, ever. Whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, if you don't want me, you don't want me. That's fine. You want a basic ass person? That's fine. I will never be basic. I will never fit into a little box for you to put on a shelf. No. What I need in my life are only people who share the same level of gravity that I inherently have. It's like a big no. It's like, you don't want me? No, boo. Go find a basic ass person then. Now you're missing out, but I mean, that's on you. And it's not me being overly confident. It's me finally understanding what I bring to a table. It's me finally understanding I'm not replaceable. I'm just not. I'm not. You can find other women, but I promise you, you won't find another me. You just won't. You might come across women who are trying to be me, who are trying to be more like me to appease you, but you're never going to find another me. I promise you that. Not authentic. No. And maybe it's time to understand the gravity of you, what you represent, that level of authenticity, that level of self-love. That can be intimidating to little people. I'm a little person too. I shouldn't say that. People who have small perceptions of themselves. Now, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's perfectly fine because I wasn't really trying to be a village teacup. Know what I'm saying? That's fine. I could be top shelf all I want, and I could sit there for years on end. My alcohol does not go bad. It doesn't. It just marinates, percolates, and just really gets more intense. Yeah. No. See, the reason the top shelf liquor is not drank very often is because not everyone has the budget to pay for it. Just because you got a lot of people in your life does not mean you are valued. I learned that the hard way. I have only a fraction of the numbers that I used to have. But that fraction, oh my gosh, no doubt in my mind, we would go to war side by side. Absolutely. That I'm really, truly not alone in this journey. That I have an entire village of powerful souls who would stand beside me, who would stand up for me in my absence. They would stand up for me. I'm more valuable than the number of people. That's much, much more valuable. I mean, I tell you, don't be scared of losing anything or anyone. Just don't. Don't be scared of losing anything or anyone, because I promise you, anything that's taken away from your life is preparing you to receive something far grander than what you thought was the utmost, whatever it is. I'm good off trying to hold on to things at this point. I really, really am. I only want what chooses to stay. I only want what chooses to reflect within themselves the same thing that I emit. Integrity. Preservation of internal peace. Someone who understands my value without me having to explain. They understand my value just like I understand theirs. No more filling your space with people who don't understand you, who don't take the time to try to understand you. Nope. I'm over that in friendships. I'm over that in relationships. I'm over that in every possible type of connection. I just am. I'm over it. I don't need to impress anyone. If you can't find it within yourself to see that somehow we're mirrors of each other, well, first off, maybe we're not. Maybe you're not as amazing as I am. It's okay for me to think I'm amazing at this point. I've been through hell, conquered the motherfucking place, and then came back. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so good off the bullshit human stuff. And that's bullshit human stuff where you feel like you have to try to work so hard to convince someone that you deserve some type of consideration. Even jobs, like, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I know what kind of employee I am. As a matter of fact, I'm so aware of the kind of employee I am that I don't deserve to work for a company. I deserve to own my own. Oh, boom. There you go. There you go. There you go. Fall in love with yourself to the degree that you can hear what I'm saying right now and not hear it like it comes from a place of ego, but it comes from a place of having to fight to know who I am. And having won that fight, because now I know. And because now I know, I will never again return to that place where I don't know if I have any value. I don't know if I should be allowed to occupy a space within a community. I'll build my fucking own. That's it. That's it. And that's exactly what I did. Yeah. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Oh, damn. So much truth coming out this mouth today. I'm not even joking. That's not an exaggeration. That's exactly what I did for myself. I was invited into a spiritual community that welcomed me so long as I licked the boots of the cult leader. And the moment I began to question, not even challenge, but just question, like, do you realize what you're doing? Oh my gosh, was I excommunicated? When I say excommunicated, I legit mean excommunicated. That anyone within that community who still had some type of love or support for me, they too were punished. They were not allowed to share any of my work, any of my content. If they were caught watching my live stream, because, you know, members of the quote unquote community would watch my live stream to make sure that I did not speak about the cult leader. And if you were caught watching my live stream, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, there will be people who exist in this world who want to shut you up just because you exist and you emanate truth. Guess what? Before I left Facebook, I made it a point to be shared everywhere, to the point where, like, if you had anything or anyone spiritual at all in your feed, you'd have an entire wall of my face. Yeah, that's right. You don't want to see my face? Make sure that's all you see. Every single spiritual group on Facebook had walls of people sharing my mother freaking face. And then I exited. And I decided it's not worth my time or my energy to prove to you to exist as a thorn in your side. No, I am more than just a thorn. I am the entire plant. The thorn, the leaves, and the petals. And when I came here onto YouTube, I was done fighting. I was just done fighting. I know I can fight. I know I can. I know I can be petty and fight. I'll beat you at it. But is that all I am? A contradiction to you? No, I'm so far beyond that. We're not even in the same category, and it's okay for me to understand that now. It's really, really okay for me to understand that. It's okay for you to understand that you're in a different category than the people you want to fit in with. Maybe it's time for you to recognize you wanted to fit in with that group because that group was comfortably small for you. It was comfortably small. It would support your desire to remain small. Find a love that encourages you to blossom. I know for a fact no other man will do for me in this lifetime. Why? Because none could ever encourage me to blossom the way my husband does and has. None. Why have I made a decision to remain single for the rest of my life? Should I ever be without my husband? For whatever reason, like I have zero intentions or desires to date again. Why? Because no one will ever encourage me to blossom again in the way that he has. So peacefully, so gently, without pressure. Yeah. Just this constant daily tending to me. Knowing full well I have thorns, but never complaining about it. Seeing the beauty in the thorns as well as my petals. Knowing the entirety of me must exist in order to be able to be in the presence of that sweet essence. Like, people who can't understand this about you, that you are living poetry, fuck them. For real. For real. Friends, that's not a friend. If they can't allow you to blossom in your own time, that's not a friend. Okay? That's not a friend. If it's a lover, I mean, maybe that's just a casual sexual encounter. I'm just saying. Let's not make casual sexual encounters more than what it actually is. Just because you're able and willing to bond with someone because of the physical intimacy that you experience with them does not mean they are willing or able to bond with you. If you are someone who bonds with people because of physical encounters, do yourself a favor and stop having casual encounters. And if you think, well, but they're not going to be interested if I don't, good. They're trash, like legit trash. That's a trash type person if they can't get your most sacred thing immediately without investing time and effort into cultivating a space as so sacred that you're willing to gift them something that is your most sacred part, it doesn't matter what your gender is. That's a trash AF connection. And maybe I'm just old school, but I don't care. I don't care. I have not dated people because really, you got to really be a quality person for you to get my time and attention like that. And I was perfectly fine as a young adult. I was perfectly fine with this notion of I really might be single for the rest of my life. That's fine with me. I really don't care. I don't care. I had someone when I was like 18. They were really trying to get my attention, right? I really wasn't feeling them. I wasn't feeling them. And I remember they said that they had tickets to go watch some movie. I wanted to watch it. And I was like, okay, I'll go watch it with you. And we're sitting in the theater and I'm trying to watch the movie and he keeps nudging my arm because he wants the armrest. And I was like, you got another armrest. Can you just stop? And then he was sitting with his hand out like this on the armrest. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not holding your hand. I'm here to watch a movie. I'm here to watch a movie. I'm not playing games with you. You're messing up my whole movie experience. If you're going to keep doing this kind of stuff, just take me home. I'll come back and watch this another time without your BS. For real. I'll watch this a different time. Having standards for yourself is so important. It is so important because when you value yourself and you don't negotiate on that value, then people begin to understand why you have that value. I will never be bargain basement. I will never be so desperate to be bought that I would give anything and everything just to get your attention. I will never choose to be bargain basement. Nope. I just won't. Some people don't like that. Why? Because they covet you, but they don't want to pay the price for you. Well, then just don't have me. That is perfectly simple. Don't have it. It's like you want a Lamborghini, but you want to pay 1980s Corolla price. Go buy a Corolla, a 1980s Corolla. There's nothing wrong with that car. Has longevity. It has longevity, okay? Because I promise you, if you can't even afford the price to purchase, here's the logic, right? You absolutely will never be able to afford the cost of the maintenance. Oh, let that sink in. If they couldn't afford the cost of time and effort to get to know you first, whatever made you think they're going to have the time, energy, effort, and desire to continue to maintain this connection with you? So I just realized something. Looking back at my early years, like my teenage years, young adulthood time, I would say that I've always had boys pursue me, right? Like go out of their way to try and get my attention and my time. And it's like, no, well, that's not really true. That's what I noticed. But it's not like everyone did that. Why is that all I noticed? Because I really wasn't paying no attention to anyone who wasn't willing to go above and beyond to show me how much they value my time and my effort. Yeah. Yeah. I won't even notice you. And if you're not going above and beyond, I won't even notice. I'm not going to sit here and be like, but I don't understand why this and that. I'll be like, oh, well. There's billions of people in this world. Billions of people in this world. But I've tried, Emmy. I've tried in my area. Okay, maybe it's time to leave your area. Maybe you just live there, but you're not from there. Because every area has its own type of environment, has its own subculture. What's desirable in the San Francisco Bay Area is not necessarily desirable in Houston, Texas. Go where they understand the value of who and what you are. That's that. So, talk about a tangent. Incubation in reverse. It's time for you to break out of your shell. It's really, really time for you to break out of your shell. It's time for you to begin understanding. When you are elusive and exclusive, maybe because you're shy, maybe because whatever reason, that has a tendency to up the value that people regard you with. It does. And I had someone tell me this one time, or it's like, God, I don't remember what the conversation was, but they out of nowhere, they came out of left field with like, I mean, you don't understand. You're one of the cool kids at the cool table. I was like, what the F are you talking about? What the F are you talking about? Like, people try so hard to get your attention because you don't pay attention to anyone. Are you serious right now? She's like, yeah. That's why people are consistently messaging and messaging and messaging. You're so exclusive. I'm like, you mean stuck up? And she's like, no, people see you're actually really, really nice, but you won't give your attention to just anyone. They want to be one of the people that you pay attention to and help. And I told her, not everyone needs help. Yeah, but they don't get that. Sometimes when you're just doing your own thing, that's the very thing that causes people to further grasp the gravity that you are. Because really, I was just there doing my own thing in my pajamas, day in, day out. I'm so serious. Live streaming in my pajamas, day in, day out. Minding my own business, helping people when I'm called to, and just living my life quietly. And that's what I still do. I did not go out of my way to try and cultivate some image for other people. All I did was exist as I am, with no apologies. When you begin existing as you are with no apologies, there are some who will notice you. In particular, it seems as though one has noticed you to the degree that it's like they cannot stop thinking about you. They can't. I don't know why. They can't. It's a secret that they tried to keep, and the secret's no longer a secret. It's no longer a secret. I would not be surprised if people in their environment have been really like, stop. You know, like, oh, Lordy, you're just kind of getting obsessed with this person. And I mean, are they obsessed, or are they seeing the intrinsic value that you have? Are they seeing that maybe they made a mistake in walking away? Maybe maybe it's time to try and see how far it would have gone with you had they had the courage to push through their places of discomfort. I don't know if this is someone that that you actually dated in the past, or if this is someone who maybe you just had interaction with. But this is someone who apparently knows you to the degree that they just, you're exceptional in their eyes. You are exceptional in their eyes. You are like the epitome of what they want. But do you want them? I think that's a question. Do you want them? I think for some of you, you do. I think for some of you, you do want them, and maybe they know that. I don't know. This is it's an intense energy. It's an extremely intense energy. I don't know if you guys can feel that. It's like surging. This is okay. So obviously this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everyone. For the people that this does apply to, this is not a parasitic person. This is someone who has some type of soul connection with you. I don't know what type of soul connection, but they have some type of soul connection. I don't necessarily feel like they're toxic. Pisceans and empaths, you also have toxic people who are coveting you. F those people. Don't even think about them. Don't consider them. They're not worth your time. They're not. Listen, one of the things that I learned, I'm sorry, I don't mean to tell you, listen, please consider. One of the things that I learned was that there will be people who will try and impress upon you their thoughts and their beliefs and try and like lecture to you. Yo, those are idiots. For real. Those are the people. Do not, I promise you, do not listen to them at all. Don't even open their messages or anything. Just ignore. Those are beyond time wasters. Those are people who are so desperate to have some sort of gravity with you that they would go to the most toxic ends possible in order to do that. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Don't give those demon whores any of your time and energy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I promise you. I promise you. So for some, this is the person, first, like Ocean Lover said, non-parasitic person is always a good start. It's a requirement for me, from friends to whatever. That is a requirement. No parasitos. So yeah, no, for some of you, this is someone who is non-toxic. This is someone who there is a gravity. There is this gravity to it. And there is this elevation and connectivity. They don't feel you in the sacral. They feel you in the high heart. That's a higher level of connection. That is something that will help you better love yourself. Okay. Because really, some people are brought into your life to challenge your perception of who you are. That's okay. People can challenge that and you can rise above it, right? And then there will be people who are brought into your life to help you cultivate in the most gentle way possible your perception of self. I feel like this is that person for some, not all, for some. The purity of intent is absolutely intact. The integrity is intact. They want to spend the time and the effort. They want to invest in getting to know you, in learning how to approach you. Hey, it's time for you to start seeing yourself as the royal that you are. Don't settle for any type of less than attention. No, I refuse, even as a friend. Approach me as the Empress that I am. Take the time to understand the proper way to approach me. Because if you approach me with disrespect, with a desire to dominate, to subdue, to subjugate, motherfucker, I'll launch a war you have never seen. You will not approach me in that way. And yes, I have the ultimate authority over myself, no one else, over myself, and I will dictate to me, not you. You not dictate to me who I will pay attention to, who I will value. And you're going to have to accept, if I don't value your input, you're going to have to accept that and carry on. But if you take the time to observe me, to properly understand the integrity with which I conduct myself, for always, in front of the screen, behind the screen, always, you'll begin to understand there's only one proper way to approach me, directly and with honesty. What is your intention? Again, if your intention is some form of subjugation, domination, I will know, and I will act accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, when you know someone is approaching you with a less than integrity-filled intent, behave accordingly. Stop trying to convince yourself that you're a mean person and that you're rude and that you give no one chances. You're built that way for a reason. Honor it. You have a built-in lie detector. Start using it. Start listening to it. Here's the thing. I have had many people tell me they love me. Platonic love. I've had many people tell me this. I love you, Emmy. They're telling the truth. They are. But here's the thing. I'm also hearing what they're not saying. Second half of that sentence. I love you, Emmy, because of what I can gain from you, because of the ways I think I can get from you. I love you because you're gullible and I can get over on you and you give. Hear the second half of their sentence, the half that's not spoken, the half that you can feel. I'm not the only one that can do this. The reason you come and share space with me all the time is because you do this too. And you can feel the truth of what I say. You know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not BSing you because you feel it. It's not just a resonance. You feel the lack of lies. That's why I hold a gravity with you. Because quite possibly, for the first time in your entire life, you're in front of a person who really has no interest in lying at all. None. No interest in lying, trying to impress you. I really am just, I'm going to be who I am. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm going to just carry on with my day. And that's that. I live stream for about an hour and a half every morning, an hour and a half of a 24-hour day. That's just a fraction of my day. I'm not going to spend any time trying to make sure that I have bullet points of the things that I need to talk about. It's a mother freaking reading. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. This is just an opportunity for me to cultivate being comfortable speaking my truth, using my voice, maintaining my integrity in the face of people who support me, and especially those who want to tear me down. This is an exercise for what I will be doing with the rest of my life. And what will I be doing? Speaking the truths that human ears must now hear. You can feel when you're hearing the truth. You can feel when it's a lie. Stop convincing yourself that you can't. Stop telling yourself it's just a coincidence. It's not. It's not a coincidence. It's okay, yeah, okay. It's a coincidence, just like it was a coincidence when I knew which slot machine was going to give. Just like it's a coincidence that I knew which numbers were going to come out on the roulette table. It was a coincidence. That's quite a few coincidences back to back to back. The last time I was in a casino, I sat myself down at a roulette table, right? And I was just betting. I wasn't trying to win anything. It's just something fun to do. And then the people at the table, I didn't realize they were paying attention. Oh, but they were. They noticed that I was winning every single time. I was putting just one chip down. If I really wanted to cheat the system, I'd put a stack on the right number. I'd put $1,000 on the right number. That's a lot of money. That was a lot of money. But no, I was putting just one chip. And then they saw, and they kept seeing. And after maybe 15, 20 minutes, it was an entire table chanting, Emmy! Emmy! I was like, oh, you guys are so crazy. No one would put any chips down until I did. Wherever I put my chips, everyone puts all their chips as well. That was a winning table that night. Security came. Security came. They were watching us. Behind the table, behind me, on the side of the table, all of them watching me. Not doing anything. I don't have any devices. I can feel. Security left the table when I did. Why? Because then they knew that table wouldn't keep winning. The casino was down quite a bit that night. Quite a bit that night. And again, I still was not putting way more than just a chip. I don't want to win like that. It was definitely fun seeing other people win. Seeing and feeling them happy. If you can cultivate your gift, you can harness it in such a way where you can cultivate so much happiness around you. When it was time for me to leave the table, they were like, no, don't leave. And I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Security is looking at me already. But before I go, pick this number. And they did. And when I came back, because I thought I left my license there, they had to look at the screen. It says all the numbers that come out. The entire time was gone, which was maybe about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That was the only number that would come out. And they're like, what's the next number? Oh, yeah, stop. You're going to get me arrested. Stop. But pick this number, okay? They're like, oh, shit, yes. You know, it's okay for you to exist with your own gravity. It's okay for you to exist in such a way that your gravity causes other people to orbit you temporarily. It's okay for you to be that important in the environment that you're existing within. It's really okay. There's nothing wrong with you being who you are. And the reality is, I think whoever this person that's watching you, I want to say again, for some of you, this is not a stalker person, okay? This is someone who's just quietly observing because they want to know how to approach you. You carry such a gravity with you. I think they've been orbiting you for at least a few weeks, if not a few months. Maybe a few months. They've just been spinning around you, round and round, trying their best to not be intrusive. just trying to exist in the same spaces as you without being noticed. Yo, notice. Notice that energy, okay? Pay attention to it. It'll tell you exactly who this is in your life. So autumn was upside down, either for you or for them. And that caused the entire house to be emptied. I'm wondering if that message has to do with them needing to move because life or maybe a relationship, maybe a business partnership got turned upside down. I don't know. But here's the thing, in that perceived loss, the end of however it is or whatever cycle they were in, that opened up the potentiality for true fulfillment. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So Marlene's here. She's quietly been with me still this whole time. She hasn't chimed in, so I haven't pushed her out. Again, I let her back in. The last time I got mad at her. She wouldn't stop. She came back in. She's just been quietly sitting this entire time, you know? And she quietly whispered just now, "You're their entire world." Ooh. For some of you, this is someone who sees you as their entire world. That's intense. That's a lot of pressure to put on a person. Oh my goodness. You're their entire world. They're trying to figure out how to build an entire civilization. I don't know. Hex banishment. They're afraid that you'll banish them. This is someone that you know. Familiar, guardian. This is someone who I think has been in the background for some time. Background, maybe back burner for some of you. They've been present for quite some time, and this, I don't know. It's almost this sense of like, they've been quietly wanting to protect you. I think in some instances, maybe they have been protecting you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like surging energy again. Excuse me. Yeah, it's surging some type of energy again. Marlene says for me to say, and for those of you who don't know who Marlene is, she is the mother of someone. She has transitioned over and she just randomly showed up. She's the mother of somebody. She tells me to say, and she says, and this will be the last thing I say, okay? She tells me to say, it's important to realize that some people are just idiots and they want you because they can't have you. Oh, shoot. She says someone disrespectful is watching. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. I don't know, girl. Ignore him, I always do. She's like, it drives them crazy that I don't care, don't value their input because they're stupid. I'm just saying they're that kind of person. The kind that has no idea what they're talking about, but just likes to keep talking, hoping that someone will like say something, like hoping that someone would do input. Their input is just regurgitations of bullshit. Oh, that's so abrasive. That's like such an abrasive stance that I have. Oh, she said, no, it's necessary. I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. she's saying a lot of things. It's making me crack up because she's pretty savage. She speaks truth so savagely. It's amazing. Oh, just says, make sure people know I'm not talking about my son. I'm pretty sure they know. I'm pretty sure. I think she's talking about one of my stalkers. Oh my God. Oh, Marlene. Okay, anyways. I could have sworn I shuffled the deck in a way that would not. That's okay. Card number 13, Power of Attraction. So whatever this is, whoever this is for you, it's something that's being drawn to you by your life and your energy. This is probably some type of connectivity that will allow for you to transcend the bullshit. The bullshit of life. May eternal Southern pirate. The bullshit of life. You're attracting to you the very situations that help you to grow. Right? Right. So for some of you, there is that malicious presence. It's like a different person than what this reading was about, where it's like, oh, some of you, this is someone that's non-parasitic. It's almost a sense of there is a very parasitic person in your life. There is. Very parasitic. Marley. No, I'm not going to say that. She says under her breath, because y'all need to laugh right along with me. She says, I can't say it. I can't say it, I just can't. I can't. Well, that's not a very Sigma mindset, what you commented, Sigma. That's not a very Sigma mindset. It's just not. I think that's a misnomer. If you think you can identify as a Sigma and say that you have to forgive everybody and everything and turn the other cheek, as a matter of fact, I know that energy. Moonrock, are you in the live stream? Moonrock, is that who Marlene is picking up on? It is. It is. See what I'm saying? Card number 4, Against the Grain. Okay, so you pair these two cards together. Card number 13, Power of Attraction. Card number 4, Against the Grain. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then this is also the number 4. 2 equals standing side by side, right? Against the Grain and the Power of Attraction. You're attracting to you the very situation or the person. Definitely not that one. Definitely not that one in the comments, and not the ones that stalk you. I'm talking about non-parasitic people, right? There's someone who's going to be brought to you who has a capacity to go against the grain and remove a large bulk of the unnecessary, needs to be shed components of you. This is someone who has the ability to do that. Maybe you're like the hardest wood ever. And in being that hard wood, all the different tools that Creator uses to shape you so beautifully, those tools keep being broken. Like they don't have that commercial grade quality type of tool, right? Some people are just not commercial grade, and you commercial, baby boo. You can't be using Harbor Freight tools doing freaking commercial work. It might work for a little bit, but that's definitely not a DeWalt, baby. I love DeWalt. I'm gonna just tell you, I love DeWalt. I do. I think I need to get another set of power tools. I want to build something. Oh my gosh, you guys, my ADHD brain, it's going full rabbit mode on you. Squirrel, rabbit, it's the same damn thing. They both are small and move really fucking fast. Full squirrel. So yesterday, I took my brouhaha shelf that was kind of just like haphazardly constructed by my tiny little hands. And I was like, we need to clear the brouhaha. I put all the brouhaha stuff on an industrial galvanized steel shelf because the brouhaha stuff is a little extra right now. And then I was like, we're bringing this into the house. I'm using it as my flower stand. Oh my God. You guys, I want to say I have maybe like 60 or 70 plants at this time. Not to mention, I just sowed so many seeds of snapdragons and foxglove digitalis. Oh my God. It's going to be real magical up in here in a couple days. Whew. Also, maybe I should show you guys a picture. On the countertops, entire countertop, that area, I'm growing our food. And then in the kitchen window, I have fig, is a little fig tree. I have a blackberry bush and a raspberry bush. Oh my God, I'm gonna be like a vegan dream soon. I'm just saying. So on that counter, I have maybe like 10 or 15 baby bib lettuce. It has never tasted so crisp and sweet. Oh my God. I'm gonna grow my own food forever. I'm waiting for the bok choy to mature enough so that I could eat those little mofos. I talk to them every day. I talk to them. I do. Either I go outside to talk to them or I talk to them in my head. Little baby bok choy, I'm gonna eat y'all little motherfucker. Yup. I got hella food. I'm just saying. It's gonna be a good harvest. Last year I did grow quite a bit, but I couldn't eat it because I was like, they're like children. I can't go full Hollywood like that. They're just babies and they trusted me and I grew them. I can't eat the children. This year I'm like, that's right, little motherfucker. Grow, motherfucker, grow. You know, and I one of the one of the bib lettuce leaves was like hanging out the container. And I was like, all right, you want to be disrespectful? I'm going to break you off. And I did. And I rinsed it and I ate it. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to eat the whole family. I'm going to fucking eat all of you. I just need to give them time to mature, though, because I don't want to kill them. I just want to eat their parts. That sounds so bad. But they're like about this tall now. So, you know. I'm just saying growth. How can you not love me when I'm this crazy? You know what I'm saying? And you think you can replace that? I'm just saying, you're not going to find another level of cray similar to mine. You might find a couple steps below, but never to the degree of me. Like, really? Tell my husband, you know, if you ever want to replace me, you're not going to find something as fucking magical as me. I'm sure you can find some basic bitches. I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking now. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm totally joking. Card number 5. Follow your own rhythm. You can turn towards or away from things and people however you see fit. Do you use or try full spectrum grow? I have full spectrum grow lights. I do. And I have a heated pad for when I cultivate the seeds. So yeah, and it has the cover to create the proper humidity in that environment. So yeah, The house is looking like a jungle now. When it's time to move again, I don't know how we're gonna do it. This guy is about 3 feet tall. I don't know if you guys know this. He don't look that big because half of him is behind that. He's about 3 feet. He's about 3 feet tall. I think his name is Dragon, and that one is Puff. No, Puff and Dragon. Yes. That one, I think, well, maybe that one is 4 feet tall, and that's about 3 feet tall. Because when my husband took me to go buy them, because he said he was going to get me 2 plants in exchange for me stopping the question of, hey, can we try and have another child? Like, I want to change diapers. Oh, please. He said, I'll buy you 2 plants. And I said, okay. And he thought I was going to get like 2 little dinky plants. But here's the thing. It's going to require 2 like half-grown adult-sized plants to replace that. Because if I need something living, they have to really be like bushy living. You know what I mean? It can't be like this little teacup of 3 leaves of a plant. No. And he's like, really? That's what you're picking? Yeah, why? He should just be glad that I didn't pick the fiddle leaf fig that was literally as tall as me, which is not much taller than Puff. Yeah, he goes, really needed that big. Yeah, why? Yeah, no, even a picture of me with it. It's literally, it's like up to here to me. The ficus, the fiddle leaf, the ficus plant, that's also a ficus. It's a different type of ficus. It's not a fiddle leaf, but it's going to get as big. It's like, that's what you get. You got to set limits. You know, you got to tell me what the limits are. You can't just be like, yeah, I'll buy you 2 plants. You know, I'm just saying. Card number 31, trust yourself. So you know when this person, or if this person is toxic for you or not. Trust that. If any part of you thinks they're toxic, they probably are. They probably are. I found that people who are toxic and I ignore it, they tend to be the very ones that create so much issue in my life. Now, I have no problem and no hesitation being like, I'm sorry, you're toxic. Get away from me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. These are the same people who will hate on you no matter what. It's just a matter of time. I used to think that I couldn't say things like that because it's so, oh my gosh, that's so negative. No, they're negative people. It's not going to serve you any to paint a negative person in a positive light. That is a lie. Doing that is the equivalent of lying to yourself. Okay? I'm being completely serious. Doing that is the equivalent of lying to yourself. Trying to paint a negative person in a positive light is a lie. So card number 17, what is already with you? The truth is already with you. Listen to it. Releasing allegiances. Let go of your desire to participate in society the way society tells you to. No. Society is a draconian construct based off of a fallen patriarchy. It is a parasitic patriarchy that is the foundation of society. I'm not saying men are the problem. I'm saying when you only depend on one of 2, you're going to have an imbalance. Just like it can't just be all women. There has to be a balance, some type of equality that is established. And this applies to the relationships that you cultivate, whether platonic or romantic. There has to be a balance. Card number 30, the perfection of your life. Their life is burning. The non-toxic person, the life as they knew it, kind of went up in flames. And it's almost this sense of it needed to burn in order to reignite their sacred fire. Like they lost their fire because I assume the person that they are with or were with, I think it's more that they were with someone who slowly extinguished their fire. Like, oh no, you can't use that type of fuel. Oh no, the fire is too big. Oh no, you can only burn over there. Oh no, you can only burn on these days. Oh no, you can only burn for these few hours. Like what was once a blazing inferno and a beautiful bonfire at that. Yeah, it became a tea lamp. A tea light, not lamp. A tea light. A lamp lit by a tea, as I'm heaven forbid you have a tea light exposed. So really, it's this sense of like, they saw you and wanted this wild woman that they see you to be. You're like a wild thing, uncontrollable, something that grows haphazardly with no permission from anyone, yet you still grow, you still exist. And then they went and they went to the grocery store and they bought a plant on clearance. Damn, that's one hell of a comparison. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Samsung. Okay, let me stop. That guy is hilarious, by the way. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, no, they picked someone to be in a relationship with who they thought they could mold to you, and you know, person just got moldy. Is what it is. Oh. That cracks me up. Okay. Anyways, card number 1, After the Storm. So it's almost like the storm came and the structure that they built with someone else could not withstand that. I mean, it was a house of cards at best. What they had was a house of cards, you know? Maybe they used the very flashcards that they had written all of these characteristics that they admire in you. And it was a deck of flashcards that they gave to someone else. And like, here, you need to be this, this, and this, so you could be more like her. And that person failed miserably at it. Maybe they tried for a time and eventually, damn, eventually they're like, no, I don't blame you, boo. You shouldn't be a freaking compared to someone else. I mean, I'm just saying, what I realize about life is that when people compare themselves to me, they hurt their own feelings. When you compare yourself to someone else, eventually you hurt your own feelings because you can never beat someone at being more like them than they already are. It's not because I think I'm the shit. It's because you can never beat me at being who I am. No one can beat you at being better at being who you are. Come on now, people. Card number 34, in the world, not of the world. So they just see you as someone who's in this world, not of this world. You're not like anyone else that they've met. You know, the whole spiel, yada, 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 da, 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 yada, da, yee. Going full E40 on it, you know? Tell me where to go. Tell me when to go. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I mean, I don't know. Is it like a message of they went dumb over you? Let's check Urban Dictionary. All right, let's see. Dumb means very pretty. Many times when you look like someone, you can refer to them as dumb. So no one thinks you like them and no one finds out. A qualifier, meaning really or very, used to add more importance to a noun. Okay. A rhetorical exclamation used to imply the idiocy of a person, behavior, or circumstance. Used when someone has just made no sense whatsoever if they have just expressed their undying love for you. Okay. 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 This was posted in Urban Dictionary on October 6th, 2016. You know what? This is dumb. This whole post is just dumb AF. Also, why the hell are you searching this on Urban Dictionary? Well, damn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. I don't know why. Okay, I'm carrying on with my. Anyways, card number 18, spirals of manifestation. You are manifesting all the opportunities or lack thereof for connectivity or lack thereof. You got to use your Bruja powers. You got to use your Bruja powers responsibly. Here's the thing, okay? When you push people away who could help you to learn lessons about yourself and your worth in a compassionate way, you leave room for the dumb to come into your life and teach you in a way that will agitate the mother freaking heck out of you. The mother freaking heck out of you. That was so dramatic. It's appropriate though. Card number 3, inspiration. Close it on up, okay? Don't let the dumb people in your life just because you're rejecting the one that's not dumb. Just saying, okay? That to me is reason enough to take a nap. This is exhausting. This reading is exhausting. Card number 16. What you want wants you. You want that gentle growth. Pick the gentle people to grow you. There are those who are the idiots of society, okay? And, it's always the ones who are the least qualified that have the most to say about things they know nothing about. And the thing with the affliction of stupidity, when you are afflicted with lack of intelligence, what ends up happening is you don't realize that you lack the intelligence. You just keep talking. You just keep talking and talking and talking and assuming that everyone needs to know this because I don't know why. My brain doesn't function like that. I don't know why. I don't know why people think that everyone needs to know this, or this. I've been told really profound things. And at no point have I been like, everyone needs to know this. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. What happens next? That's it. I have this very clear understanding that no matter how much you try and force feed people information, if they are not ready, if they don't possess the type of maturity or intelligence, then they're not going to understand it. Let me just fix my shirt real quick. It's actually my kid's shirt, but it works. It works. Okay, this person is a parasite, for real. There's someone in your life who is a parasite that the other half of this reading is about. Because, I'm talking about someone who's non-parasitic and then someone who is parasitic. Figure out which one is a parasite and do an exorcism. I'm telling you. Do an exorcism. You know what you do? You know how you do an exorcism? You take fresh roses, right? Long stem ones, preferably. You burn the bud with a torch. And then you take that rose, the long stem rose that still has its thorns, and you start whipping the mofo. Just whip them real good. Don't hurt people. I'm joking. Whoever this is, you need to get them out of your life. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. It feels like this person is crazy for real. Like psychological dysfunction. Shit just got serious. I'm not joking. For some of you, this person has a psychological malfunctioning going on. They need some sort of evaluation or something. They need some sort of evaluation. There's this guy who's just obsessed with me, who thinks he's Jesus and that I'm his twin flame. Like, that's freaking crazy. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. This guy's been at it for a while. I don't even know what he's at it at this point, because I'm just like, I don't even want to see your face, fool. But yeah, no, he literally is convinced. I'm talking about that level of crazy. Like that level of crazy. I'm just saying. The demon has taken thine proboscis, inserted into thine brain, and just sucked the last 2 cells out. They have zero logic. Whoever this is has zero logic at this point. It's all of their thoughts, all of their behaviors run strictly on parasitic impulse. People who are organic portals or fully consumed by demonic beings, they have zero interest in hearing any type of opposition to the storyline they have created for themselves. Zero interest, okay? Oh, Moonrock. Moonrock says there was a person that I used to be in contact with, started saying he thought he was Jesus in a past life. And I was like, yep, I'm out. I mean, I have met shards of Yeshua. There are people who like, based on their frequency patterning, it's clear they're a shard of the soul that once existed as Yeshua. And like, those people are not interested in telling other people that they lived as Jesus. They're just not. They are. And I don't know this because they told me. This is something that I like had interactions, and then I was like, oh my gosh, do you remember who you were? Or it came out in a reading, like a private reading or whatever. So it's not this thing of like, I believe their storyline. No, it's this awareness that developed on my own terms. Excuse me. So definitely be wary of literally anyone who's so very publicly, especially if it's super public, that claims they are some sort of like mythical figure, that they are some important person in history, that, you know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of memories from my past lives, and those are lives that, I was part of certain events that were written in history books. Do I need to tell you that? No, bitches. No, you just need to know me as Emmy in this life. Like, who gives a shit? That's not this life. Who cares? Who cares? So be careful of people who identify as I'm always wary of people who, like, on social media, especially Facebook, their screen name has those identifiers. Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. Oh, like, I've had people try and friend request me, like, Archangel Michael, blah, 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 blah. Bitch. Mikey don't like social media. I'm just saying. Miss Melissa. Miss Melissa's in the house dropping bombs of truth. She says, a shard is not the embodiment, though. We are not the same person we were 10 years ago. So why would a shard be the same as the one from 2,000 years ago? I don't know. I don't know either, girl. Don't trust people like that, for real. Just quietly observe, and you'll see they contradict a lot of the things they say. If given enough time, they'll show you, like, that's not even cute type of cray-cray. See, me being crazy is cute. That sounds like a load of crock. I don't personally believe that. Some other people do, and they told me. My brand of crazy is apparently cute to other people. Their brand of crazy is not even cute to other people. It's just crazy. And I never understood that. It offends my soul that when I say I'm going to fuck shit up, people start giggling like, oh my God, you're so cute. Bitches, I said I'm going to fuck shit up. Why are you not afraid? Why can't y'all take my threat serious? I'm just saying. I said I was gonna fuck shit up. And then people will mess you. Oh my God, you were so cute earlier. Like, I could totally see your vein popping out your head. Like, it almost looked like you were seriously considering it. I was. I just want to give a disclaimer. I'm not as small as y'all people think I am. I say that with defiance. I am not as small as y'all people think I am. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm full grown. I'm full grown, okay? I'm average size for my people. The truth's out. The truth out. And none of you have my permission to bring up the fact that I fit in children's clothing. Okay? If you want to bring that up, I'm going to have to remind you I am a child of God. Why would I not wear children's clothing? I'm just saying, it's cheaper. All right, guys, I have to spray myself really quick to get myself back on track. Okay, we need to get back to the reading. I don't got time. I got to start a session soon. Card number 25, interference, Joe. See that whole thing? That was a big interference right there. I don't know. I don't think it was parasitic. I think it was more ADHD. You guys got to keep me reined in and like in the comments, hey, Emmy, you're having an Emmyism right now. You're having an Emmyism right now. We're going to need you to roll it back in. Reel it in, girl. Reel it in. Reel it back in. Get back on track. I got derailed for a second. Okay. I got derailed for a second. Card number 24, innocence. See? You're innocent of a lot of the things of this world. You know, it's like you don't quite understand why people behave the way they do. And just because you don't understand it, because you don't have that kind of heart, does not mean that people don't actually have that lack of integrity that you're witnessing in someone. But I don't want to talk anymore about that parasitic person because, you know, they're parasitic. No matter how whatever way you slice that caca pie, it's still filled with caca. It's still filled with caca. So let's leave that alone. You can... Michael says, you can do it. I believe you can. You can overcome yourself. Well, okay. This has to do with lack of focus. This has to do with lack of willingness to allow yourself to really, really see what it is you're needing to see. Because some of us use humor to deflect. Others of us use flat out avoidance. Others of us, you know, there's so many different coping mechanisms, right? There's so many different coping mechanisms when it comes to avoiding the lessons your life is sending your way. There's so many. Are you using a coping mechanism? That's what we have to figure out right now. Are you using some type of coping mechanism that is non-beneficial for you? Something that has caused you to begin more efficiently avoiding the lessons at hand. See how it changed. Claim it to influence yourself. Ooh. See how you have changed, the way your coping mechanisms have changed. If you claim those coping mechanisms, if you allow yourself to really begin accepting who you are, what you are, the way you function, you can then better understand the ways in which you avoid things. And if you can understand what you avoid, you're now positioned to begin the work to understand why you're avoiding it. And that's really the key there. That's the key. It's one of these things where maybe you're feeling other people's expectation of you and their expectation of how your growth is supposed to present itself, how they can benefit from you growing. I don't feel like you have to forgive everyone. I also don't feel like you need to hold on to any grudges. If I'm going to be completely honest, I believe wholeheartedly the entirety of that forgiveness program is nothing but a program to keep you chained to things that you could easily just walk away from and process. Let's look. In order to forgive someone, you have to first go through the process of identifying as their victim, identifying them as the aggressor, as the monster that was so powerful that it subjugated you, it dominated you, that you did not have the ability to protect yourself, defend yourself. Is that really true, though? Is your pain because they betrayed you? Or is it because you betrayed yourself due to the fact that your intuition told you, but you refused to listen? I know for me, the second one is the truth. Every single time I've experienced a situation where someone has betrayed, it was never them betraying me. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that I betrayed myself. I knew they had that capability. I could feel it bubbling beneath the surface. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Why didn't I want to believe it? Because I was choosing to continue to exist in a state of mind where I chose, consciously chose, to fall in love with your potential over being aware of your reality. As Pisceans and as empaths, we have to really, really be cognitive. Are we allowing ourselves to romanticize, to fall in love with someone's potential, choosing that option over being very aware of the reality of who they are? It is far too often that I hear people, but you don't understand, like when it's good, when my relationship is good, it's so good. I just have to help them heal this part. Honey, you can't help someone heal what they identify as. They will never allow it. If they identify as the wound, the healing of that wound will erase their identity. They will fight you. So with that, can you heal someone? No. You can, however, encourage them to heal themselves. What if they don't want to accept that encouragement? They don't have to accept that encouragement. They're not obligated to. So that means you need to walk away. Either you're going to accept them as they are, or you need to walk away. There's no, I can make it better. I can this, I can that. You probably could if someone was willing to cooperate. If someone was willing to give you that kind of power over their life, you probably could. But at what point will they realize what they've done, what they've given you permission for, and then fight it? So many of us have this syndrome that's typically labeled battered wife syndrome. I've worked with many people who have battered wife syndrome. Doesn't matter if you've been physically battered. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's this thing that I see that they will allow until they realize they're actually healing, at which point they will go out of their way to return back to that place of woundedness. No matter how hard you try, that is their home. They may take short trips with you away from home. Eventually, they always go back home. Please begin the process of discerning. Are you home to this person, or are you simply their housekeeper, cleaning up the messes, but never really welcome to live there? That hurts my heart to say that. That really hurts my heart to say that, because for some of us, we were unable to see that they never allowed us to move in. We were only ever a housekeeper. Someone who is kept around to clean up the messes, but never really allowed to have such a gravity of voice that your words would be heard and they would learn how to keep their own house, how to clean everything. I mean, honey, you're not even a roommate. You're just a house cleaner. It's not to say that, if your career is cleaning houses, that you're less than. This is an analogy. This is not about social worth. This is an analogy. You think you live there, but you're being kept around to fulfill the service, this task. That's it. That hurts. And I don't expect you to say anything in the comments that would make you feel overly exposed and vulnerable. But I do ask you to have these conversations with yourself and allow yourself to begin really recognizing, what role do you play in people's lives? Have they actually let you in? Or do they keep you around just to clean up the mess? There are so many people whose houses I was keeping. Not anymore. You make the mess, you clean it up. And if you're asking me to help you, it's not helping you if I clean the whole damn thing by myself. That is not helping you. That is enabling you. I will no longer be an enabler. I can't love you in that way anymore. And being able to say that opens you up to the reality of what this is. If they truly cherish you, if they truly value you, they will choose to make the shifts within themselves so they can be a better person for themselves. And there will be more alignment between the two of you. If someone is going to change for you, I promise you that's not going to be long term. And they're going to resent you because now they can't be themselves. If they're going to choose to change because they realize, like, the life I'm living right now, I don't deserve this kind of misery. I need to change something and be happier. And if they ask you, like, please stick around to help me realize, encourage me, help hold that space while I make the changes that I need for me. Ooh, that's one thing. Yeah, stay, hold that space. There's no promises of what will happen once they're done. But yes, if someone needs you to simply hold space and encourage, yeah, that's beautiful, that's powerful. But if they need you to help them change them, be aware of what you're doing. It's just another game. They probably don't even realize they're playing games. But it's just another game. That is not sustainable. That type of change is temporary. And if you think they're going to change because they love you and that's a sign of love, that is a sign of codependency. Codependency is said to be the gentler side of a narcissistic connection. Have you trauma bonded with this person? Is that what it is? You're attempting to maintain the trauma bond. There are certain terms you need to be aware of. What this sounds like is future promising. If you're wondering if you are in a narcissistic partnership, I mean, obviously, I don't have any certificates or degrees or licenses that make me someone who is some sort of authority in this field. I just know based off of what I've lived through. So obviously, that's littered with my bias. If you think you are in a narcissistic partnership, I invite you to watch the work of Dr. Romini. She is licensed. This is her specialty. And I have such a respect for her work because of the fact that she does not shame you for staying. She's able to very logically and compassionately make you aware of the reality of the situation you're in while still maintaining a space that gives you the freedom to choose what you want to do for your situation. No one should ever tell you to leave or to stay or to any of that. You need to decide those things for yourself. But there are certain things, certain dynamics, certain given truths when it comes to narcissistic partnerships. You have to be aware of those things. You have to allow yourself to observe. Okay? You have to allow yourself to observe. Fire cleanser. You have to allow the passion of your truth, the truth of your passion to be the very thing that cleanses that path, that cleanses that environment. Sometimes the things you set fire to with your sacred truth cannot withstand the heat of that. And that's how you know it was not meant for you. That's how you know. Card number 44, renewal. Whoever the non-toxic person is that this reading is about, the non-toxic one, okay, the non-parasitic one. With that, it's this thing of like, a lot of what I'm saying in this reading is what they're living through, what they've been living through, and what they're exiting out of. And they need time to renew themselves and allow themselves to feel more whole before they approach you. It's really a sense of someone's going to be approaching you, not the toxic person. That person, I would even throw rocks. I would throw rocks to dissuade them from approaching any closer. Like, no, ew. Card number 13, duality. So you are a living duality, right? Everything in your life, everything that's happening right now is encouraging you to enter into this place of awareness of that duality so that you can make the conscious decision to begin the process of becoming a totality. So long as you live as a duality, you will only feel half full or half empty. Why am I so comfortable being on my own? Because I recognize I am a totality. Now, it helps to have people present. Is it necessary? Usually, no. I can process my life, my growth, all of that on my own, usually. There's a few instances where I do need other people present because my clarity is lacking in some way, but usually I'm able to do it on my own, okay? Be careful of being overly dependent on people being present to witness your process. That might become a very ego-based thing very quickly. Card number 20, Scorpio, I transform. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Okay. If this card comes up, you're being tested. You may feel isolated and on your own without much sympathy or help from others. If so, it's time to stand on your own and fight those forces gathered against you. You will likely win and come out much stronger and happier than before, but it's still an intense time. So it's either you or them that's going through this trial period. There's a number of positive changes with this card. You'll soon gain what you've worked so hard for. It's this closure, like whoever this is, or maybe it's you, working towards closure. Excuse me, closing that chapter of your life, closing that chapter of your life story. This card implies karmic issues, even the resurfacing of past life recollection. So many of your relationships will now be of karmic nature and thus be tried as well. Your life may seem like a trial. So it's like they're facing adversity all around them. Maybe they made a decision that nobody agrees with. Oh. What if the realization of their relationship or their environment has once again put you on some type of pedestal? Because to them, you exist as like the embodiment of a truth that they want in their life, and their environment, like um, maybe all their friends or their family or whoever is like, you're wasting your time with this goal, with this person, and yada, yada, yada. And they're like being hell bent on, no, I'm going to do this. Matters involving inheritances and money may figure in, such as heirlooms, legacies, and what comes through family or people you are tied to from your past. You may have to deal with someone who may plot revenge over something you may not be guilty of. It could be also a time where enemies surface, so you would be wise to protect your reputation. I'm wondering if this is someone ending a relationship of theirs, not because of you or your interference, because you're living your own life, but this is someone who they realize things about their life because your existence in your truth is encouraging them to understand their own life and their truth much better. Yet the person they're leaving can't accept this relationship ended because of the lack of alignment, the lack of common decency. Maybe this person is being controlled by their now ex or soon to be ex. And that's why they broke up. But the ex or soon to be ex is unwilling to take accountability for the fact that you're a bitch ass. They probably a bitch ass. I'm just saying demon whore Rita stuff up in here. And they're blaming you for what? Like, be honest with yourself. Did you do something? Did you plot something? Did you go out of your way? Were you the one that was telling them to end their relationship? You know what I mean? Because the way the cards play out, it seems like this person, if they were part of your life before, they haven't been for a while. They haven't been for a while. Because if they have been, why would they sit and observe you trying to figure out how to approach you? I mean, to me, that's common sense. They don't know how to approach you right now. So they haven't been around you. Like I have people who were friends a long time ago and we lost touch for quite some time. No checking in, no nothing, just complete radio silence. And then they came back and it's this very real, very, very real realization. Oh, this person doesn't realize I'm a completely different person than the last time they spoke to me. Like I'm a completely different person. I remember I had one of my old friends in the comments and someone else was like really dismissive and toxic towards them. And I had to address that because it's like, nah, you can't be toxic to people. It doesn't matter the history I have with someone or not. Your toxicity is not going to be tolerated here. And then that old friend was in the comments like, hey, no, let's not get into arguments over me. And I'm like, no. No, homie, I am not the same mofo you knew years ago. I don't sit quiet no more. You knew me as very passive, very quiet, very accommodating, and beyond sweet. That bitch is still here, but so is the motherfucking goddess warrior. I don't think so. And then they were like, oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, she's still here. That nice person that was a doormat to everybody is still here. But I promise you, the goddess warrior is also here too. If you want to use that girl as a doormat, she's going to fuck your ass up. Bottom line. Bottom line. And, when people are not around you as you go through these life circumstances, they don't know how your life situations change you, grow you. So that tells me this person has not been in your life for quite some time. They don't know you yet. They don't know the you that you are now. Sometimes when this card comes up, it indicates you'll be going through a period of deep self-analysis. You may seek out a professional, or you may work through this time alone by reading or through reflection. You have the ability to make it work. So you're going to make, whoever this is, whoever that card is about, you're going to make it work out for you. Okay. Don't worry. You are being challenged. It is difficult, but you're going to work it out. Okay. Card number 33, ninth house, faith. This is about long distance, divination. This indicates you're about to depart on an important journey. No matter how expansive or broad-minded, it will be rooted in the traditional. If your question is about love, one or the other person needs freedom. So they need freedom for from what they've went through. And I think what's happening right now, the reason they're drawn to you is you represent that freedom. You know what I mean? Like, you represent that. Even if they live with you, might be a case if someone's moving out. I don't know. Maybe you need to move out. I don't know. I'm just tossing ideas out there. I don't know. Card number 38, Earth Element Stability. Every moment and every event of every man's life on Earth plants something in his soul. Ooh, whatever limited interaction they had with you planted an entire orchard. Oh my gosh. Their soul is hungry and they've made plans to return just to feast on the fruit of what was once planted as a seed. Oh, I think that's telling me that first off, it's about time for me to go because I have sessions starting. Secondly, this is someone who gains sustenance from your presence and the way you live so authentically and so unapologetically. Keep in mind, they have to go through their process on their own. You're not going to change their process. You're not going to save them from any of that. You're not supposed to. They're supposed to go through this and learn and grow, and then they might be prepared to be in your presence. Remember, just because you don't see yourself as the epitome of something doesn't mean that they don't. They've watched you for a time and they've fallen in love with the truth of who you are, because who you are when you think no one is watching is really the truth of who you are. And they've witnessed that for quite some time, I guess. And so now that they see who you really are, they're absolutely in love with that. Not just the novelty of you, but the realization that you really are who they thought you were in the first place, but you hid it. You hid it. You hid it from them. You hid it from yourself. And maybe there's a part of them that's kind of irritated with you for hiding that, for not showing them the reality of your authenticity, the reality of how powerful you actually are within yourself. And oh, okay, that's poetic, but it's kind of like, what? Michael says, the return of former kings to reclaim the kingdom that once was rightfully theirs. I hope that means they're reclaiming their life. And, I'm not a subject to anyone, mofo. I'm just saying. I'm not your loyal subject. I'm the queen from the neighboring kingdom who is a legitimate threat. I'm just saying. Anyways, it's about time for me to go. I think this will work out. I think this is something, it will work out. This person will be perfectly fine. They'll realize quite a bit about themselves and their journey. Maybe you guys need to interact for a little bit to kind of hold that space so they can continue to grow. I don't necessarily know that this is something that has to be romantic. This is definitely something that's going to be profound. For those of you that resonate with this, that feel strongly that this reading is for you, not just telling yourself that, but you feel strongly this is for you, this is a major opportunity for growth. Grow in the way your life is intending for you to grow through this. Don't commit to any specific outcome, okay? Don't commit to some concept that you think this is okay, this is it, this is how it's going to play out. No. Always remain open to your life, your higher self, encouraging and guiding you and communicating with you the different things that you need to experience. Okay? We really don't know how life is supposed to be played out. We have to just live through it. Knowing in advance is not always going to help you. Oftentimes, that knowing in advance, that's the thing that makes you mess yourself up. Because then you start selecting options that you probably never would have if you didn't commit to this idea of how this is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be anything but lived. That's it. Just live it. So guys, I just want to remind you before I go, I do have the Patreon open now. If you'd like to join, I have a few things that I kind of want to share with you. So I'm going to be doing once a week. What do you call it? An exclusive Emmy evolving type of live stream. This exclusive Emmy evolving live stream / podcast will be free to all the people who are in the Soul Sanctuary Patreon membership. It doesn't matter what membership you pick, but it will be free to you. I'm not doing a separate Patreon for the Emmy evolving. No. No, we don't need all kind of different things, but you will have access to this, okay? The reason I'm doing this, I want to have the ability to speak very freely with you, not just about Soul Sanctuary topics, but also about the different types of topics that would come up in the Emmy evolving live streams, like in-depth energetic readings for the collective whole, not personal, in-depth assessments on trajectories, lessons, challenges you might be facing over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, just really being able to go in depth into things that I can't talk about on YouTube publicly. And if you're wondering why I can't talk about it on YouTube publicly, because YouTube shadow bans my ass. That's why. I was telling my son, I'm still shadow banned. And he's like, well, Mom, that's what they do when you speak too much truth that empower people. And I was like, you're right. You're right. He goes, yeah, your live streams are too powerful. They encourage too many people, and you probably tripped all kind of algorithms. So now they're going to restrict your reach. I got a workaround. As part of the perks of being any level of Patreon membership for the Soul Sanctuary, the link is on the screen. It's also in the comments. You will have access to exclusive Emmy evolving content. Okay? That's not content that I'm going to be loading onto any publicly visible thing. You have to be a part of that in order to access that, okay? I plan to speak a lot. Things I'm just like, I cannot say it. I can't. I'm going to absolutely say it. I'm going to absolutely say it. What? Yeah, I'm going to absolutely say it. So join me there. Join me there. Go to that link. You can sign up. We have membership as low as $15. And then we have mega memberships that are much more. Okay, I got to get going. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification